If you have any exposure to the VTuber community at all, there's one trend that I've noticed comes up repeatedly, but is very rarely openly talked about in a big discussion format, and that is the trend of either men, or at the very least masculine sounding people, using either strictly female avatars, or at the very least feminine presenting.
I'm so getting TOS. Look at the bounce. Cry. If you're watching, someone clip this. Someone clip this. I am going to send this a video to Cry. The Cry.
Most people are pretty chill about it. There's still a very strong portion of my community that I love who genuinely hates this trend. And I see people complain about it. I've had trans and non-binary friends of mine open up to me about their experiences with it. And weirdly enough, I've even had people who open up to me and say that men using female avatars is openly transphobic and mocking the trans experience, which I don't think that's the intention, but I also don't know the intentions of the majority of VTubers. I only exist in my own very small bubble in the VTuber community, so I really wanted to talk about this point that basically boils down to: is a man using a female model clickbait, or is it just using the female VTuber trend for attention? So I wanted to go over some tweets, and then I wanted to give my thoughts. Let's start with the criticism. Generally, this is how the criticism is framed. I don't know why, but I just find it disturbing when a VTuber is male, but they use a female model that shows big boob cleavage. Like, bruh, chill, you don't have to be a hot woman to sell yourself. You can be a sexy husbando too. It's more than just this one random person. There people say, you know, you're never really gonna know if they're actually female half the time, because if they put on a convincing female voice and they have a female model and they never do a face reveal, you're never gonna know if they are actually female or not. And for a lot of people, this seems to be really important. Knowing who someone is behind the model is another topic. I could make a whole nother video about this obsession with knowing who VTubers are under the model, which I will comment on about that later. But for right now, I just want to stick on reviewing some of these tweets. And here's an example of somebody opening up about their own experience. Dude went off on him because he was using a female model while being male. He just ignored him, and he banned them, and he moved on. And this seems to be the general response from the community of VTubers who are male but use female models. Just block, ignore the haters, who cares, get out of here.
It takes a real man to be a best girl, Dale.
This is a topic that I've been following since I joined January 2nd, 2021. I've been following this since January 14th, 2021. And Omega says, the difference between a VTuber with a male or female model is still too big because the audience, and not the community, doesn't really see male VTubers as a thing. I'll just use this to inspire what I wanted to say. The majority of VTuber viewers are cis, straight men watching female VTubers. That's the majority of the audience.
Played 5D chess in the name of my waifu and broke down.
That was me!
Just dudes watching cute anime girls and just kind of getting lost in the vibe of chatting directly to a real anime waifu. And I admit that's cool, I have nothing against that, but it does shape the culture around our community when, since that's the target of the majority of the audience, you've got men who want to get some of that attention, and when the majority of that attention is directed at women, you do have men disingenuously presenting themselves as female.
Oh shit! What the fuck, dude? I mean, holy shit, what the fuck?
And I think this is where the idea of it being clickbait comes from. This is where the people feel like it's a bait and switch. They like cute anime girls, they want more cute anime girls, they find one, turns out it, and you might not realize that for quite some time. You might follow them on Twitter, see clips of them dancing, then you actually show up to the stream and like, turns out wasn't a female, it was a dude.
Olga says show feet. I don't know. This is all you would see.
Gender is surprisingly important to a lot of people. And I just want to keep going here because, again, I've been following this for like over a year now, and it's stuck in my mind. I'm never sure if cute male VTuber is still male, because last I checked, all of them are using, female pronouns, speaking in a higher voice, using a female model, basically identifying as female half the time. So like, the femboy meta, is that even real, or are they just female presenting, female identity? And again, we see this over and over again. You have two options as a male VTuber. Stream with a female model, or have a femboy avatar. How do you bait?
Wait! My top lane smells ass! My top lane smells ass! Oh, we got ass! We got the ass, boys! We got ass!
And it's a large portion of the male VTuber community is basically just being called out as baiting. Now, to move away from what exactly the criticism is, now let's move into another aspect. A lot of the people who use these models, well, certainly not all of them, a good number of them are gender fluid, or maybe they're not gender fluid, but they're straight up non-binary. And then, of course, there are trans people who sound masculine, but they're, they're male to female trans, or the inverse happens too, female to male trans.
Self-promote. Love your art and your content.
Trying to be the other way around. The opposite exists, but the reason I'm not talking about females using a male avatar, female to male trans, is because nobody seems to be complaining about that. It's gender specific. It's only people complaining about men trying to pass as female. And I think this is an example of the type of behavior that people can't stand. Me when they thought I was female, but I am male the whole time. Smug face. This is the type of behavior that people hate. Now, I don't hate this guy in particular. I don't really care, what model he uses, but it's this attitude that I think is really driving people insane. And people are doing like whole social experiments about it, like stream with only a male model, stream with only a female model, see if it makes a difference. And here is where the crux of what I wanted to talk about really expands. It used to be a male VTuber that used a female model, then my egg cracked. And you might be wondering, what does that mean? And this is like the answer to the question I was asking myself as to why someone who was a dude would want so strongly to prevent as female if they weren't even trans. Well, a lot of the time, maybe they're not non-binary or gender fluid. Sometimes they do have some level of body dysmorphia, or they are trans and they just don't realize it. Egg is someone who deep inside identifies as another gender, but they've got this shell of being associating with gender norms, as identifying as the gender they were born with. So they have this shell of how they, acting how they were born, acting cis, when deep inside that's not making them happy, and they would actually rather express themselves in a different way. And I feel like this is one of those levels of nuance that people are completely missing. Sometimes there's a guy presenting as female, and you feel clickbaited. You don't really know if they're just exploring their gender identity or not, or seeing what they're comfortable with. And I feel like there's so much negativity, and I've heard so many comments about this of people opening up to me saying that they get harassed about this. I've seen people get falsely reported on Twitch or on Twitter, on YouTube, because they're clickbaiting people. But you don't know for sure unless they specifically say it. And of course, I cannot talk about a man using a feminine avatar without talking about the famous Small and Strong.
Okay, chat, as you can see, the quickest way to the heart is through the butthole.
Because this dude, I'm not his biggest fan. I don't even follow him. But every time I see his memes come across my page, I always giggle a little bit. Because he takes this whole debate and just makes it one big meme. And I love him for it.
I like nuts. I have nuts in my breakfast every single day.
Basically, he is intentionally baiting people. He's like, cute face, feminine body, people going nuts, male. And he is a meme lord. His biggest meme for the longest time, like the entire early portion of his Twitter account while he was gaining subscribers, was just memeing about how people think he's a girl. And his second favorite meme was having a tiny penis. He bragged about having a tiny penis so much that now it's a meme to pretend he has a massive penis. It's Small and Strong is a meme lord, and honestly, I think he's hilarious. Here's one of the memes he made. He makes a shit ton of memes. Person follows. Is that the small and strong? They recognize me. Catboy meme guy with a massive dick. And here's my favorite part about Small and Strong is the fact that he is just so unfazed by the hate and the drama. Like, people will message him and be like, kill yourself, stupid woman whore, meh. And he's like, stupid boy whore. I love Small so much. If you're gonna insult me, do it properly. I love Small so much. He's so good. So, honestly, the fact that there's so much anger surrounded around that's something that should not be that big of a deal. It's the whole reason I made this video. And I even took a poll of it. Do you think being a male VTuber using a female model, is it clickbait? There was like one person who said yes, and the overwhelming majority of people either said it was not a big deal or it depends, and the people who say it depends are like, are they actively mocking the trans community? Are they actively mocking the non-binary community, gender fluid community? And if not, it's not a big deal. Most of us are just here to have fun and here for the memes. So seeing people out here be genuinely uncomfortable and genuinely upset about what model someone uses is so bizarre. So when I see people who find it disturbing to do something that is literally just expressing yourself how you want to express yourself, I have such a hard time processing why they even care.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marinus, and I'm here to inform you that gender norms are bullshit.
Why do you find it disturbing? It's not a big deal. We're here to have fun. We're here for the memes. We're here to express ourselves. And people, not many people, but a very vocal minority of people are losing their minds over it and harassing and reporting and doxing VTubers over it. And I can't stand it. And I hate seeing my friends, NBs, gender fluid, trans, whatever, just get dragged through the mud every once in a while by some angry incel who is unhappy that he can't fap to the voice of his favorite anime girl. Like, get a life. Touch grass. My God. That's the end of my point. This is where I'm gonna end it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Bye, guys.